Bangalore Declaration on climate change is necessary, say experts. Bangalore, Nov 26. With increasing temperature and unusual weather pattern, the government should come up with Bangalore Declaration on climate change followed with committed implementation of the action plan, urged eminent speakers at the Climate Leadership Summit held here today, organized by Center for Sustainable Development, an organization led by the former Chief Secretary Dr. A. Ravindra. The summit discussed various aspects of climate change and its impact on Karnataka in general and Bangalore in particular. In his keynote address, Professor N.H. Ravindranath, expert, UNFCC and former head of Center for Sustainable Technologies, IISc, opined that though Karnataka has climate action cell at state and BBMP level separately, these lack basic infrastructure and proper funding. Government should be serious on the impact climate change bringing, as temperature soaring in Bangalore is combating untimely rains followed by flood. Similarly, going with present trend, temperature in northern and central Karnataka going to increase to 2.5 degrees Celsius within next 10 years. If not acted as emergency, we are surely going to lose battle against climate change, he warned. Speaking at one of the sessions, Preeti Gehlot, Special Commissioner, BBMP, looking after Climate Action Cell, lamented about the lack of public participation in the initiative. On the one hand, the cell lacks basic infrastructure, and on the other hand, people who question on the actions are away from the active participation, she said. Adding to this, Dr. Ram Prashant Manohar, Chairman, BWSSB, propagated active participation of the intermediate agencies in the government projects to tackle climate change, earlier inaugurating the Climate Leadership Summit. Former Minister and State Representative in New Delhi, Dr. T.B. Jayachandra. Karnataka is becoming second most dry state after Rajasthan due to changing pattern of weather.
Respected guests on the dais, Sri Dr. T.B. Jayachandra, Honorable State Representative, Cabinet Minister rank, New Delhi, and former Minister for Agriculture, Law and Parliamentary Affairs, Higher Education and Minor Education, Government of Karnataka. So we welcome you to this August function. I would also like to welcome the distinguished scientists. A part of enabling the transition to a low carbon economy will be managing the potential side effects of a low carbon economy. And what are those side effects? Rising energy costs for households and firms, probable labor displacement, and there could be unequal impact across the regions. That is one challenge that we will face. Second is adaptation, which is talked about, is also likely to entail some tough choices about what we want to protect and what to relocate, as well as how to safeguard our vulnerable populations. What are the gaps that we have right now in adaptive capacity, and how are we going to address it is a matter of key concern. It is also critical to face the reality of those who bear burden of our changing climate. The fact is that those living in poverty are the hardest hit by climate change, despite being the
UN Secretary General, he said, climate emergency is a race we are losing. Period. Actually, I want to stop there. Of course, being a UN Secretary General, he can't say there is no hope. He said, but it's a race we can win. But if you ask me today, as of now, it's a race we are losing. So, and to give a little bit history, climate emergency was first declared in a British UK city called Bristol, and again other cities like Manchester, London, Edinburgh also followed. But most importantly, one of the first major governments to declare climate emergency was British Parliament. They declared in 2019 a climate emergency, and they also set a very stiff target, one of the first few countries in the world to set a target of achieving net zero by 2050, when others were not talking about.